Hello Mallards, it is Saturday and I have already seen 3 shows and I haven't talked about any of them because it's just been kind of a crazy morning. When I got out of the first show, Shmoo had locked her keys inside of her car. So I went with her between shows and then she kept my phone so that she could call a locksmith and get that figured out, which means I just now got my phone back. So let's talk about theater. So the first thing I saw this morning was Jacked. It was a high school production, a retelling of Jack and the Beanstalk. And it had some like spoken word rap elements to it, which was kind of fun. And the first half of it was the story that everybody knows. You know, Jack climbs a beanstalk, gets a golden egg, kills a giant, lives happily ever after. But the second half of the show was like, what if he didn't live happily ever after, and like what happens then? So it was like all the things that happened as a result of him getting the goose that lays golden eggs, and eventually figuring out that there wasn't something in the sky that would solve your problems. It was all about valuing what you had, which was a cute message, and the show was cute. The kids did a good job. The second show I saw was also a high school production. It was Carmel High School. They did Cicada. That was crazy. They clearly drive their set in and out for all of these shows because they had a full set. So they had all of these pillars with clothesline in between them. They had like flats with windows. They had a bed. They had a table. They had a piano, like an upright piano was part of their set. Absolutely insane. And a like a metal bench, like a wrought iron bench. But that story was like a gothic ghost story, southern gothic ghost story. So it was a mother and her son in the South living in a house full of ghosts, like the ghosts of her past. So her mom, her older sister who died when they were young, her grandmother, her aunt, also the boy's father appeared, and then her neighbor whose husband had died, and so the neighbor's husband was also a ghost. So there were just like a lot of ghosts. I really enjoyed that a lot. It's got a fun twist in it. They still have a show tomorrow though, so I won't spoil it for you. But it was very well performed. Those kids clearly have put in a lot of work, and it was sad and beautiful and a very, very good show. And then I just went to see Ride Share to Elsewhere, which is a short play centered around a bus taking people to the afterlife. It starts out with a musician who is clearly dying, and then the bus comes to pick him up, and then it picks up a few other people along the way, and they sort of share their lives, share their stories. They all sing a song because no one carries change anymore, so that's how you pay the ferryman. And it like builds from there. It tells a really sweet story about like the acceptance in the afterlife. It's got some mythology bent to it, and it's got very talented performers. So I did enjoy that as well. And it's also got a couple of fun twists. So yeah, 3 shows, 3 things that I had a good time seeing. And now I'm going to go see a 4th show, and I will talk to you after that. Since we last talked, I have seen 2 more shows. Just before us in our same venue, I went and saw Mr. Ow, a puppet magic clown show about Mr. Ow, who's a worm, a very beautiful sparkly worm. So there were magic tricks and mentalist tricks and puppetry because, you know, the person was a giant worm puppet, and some physical like clown comedy. It was hilarious. I had a very enjoyable time with that one in particular, and I laughed a lot and was incredibly delighted. And I went with several other members of the Midsummer cast, and I think it really pumped us up for our last performance, which also went very well. And so the show is closed. We're all loaded out, which means that the rest of this afternoon and all tomorrow is just relaxing and seeing shows, which I'm looking forward to. So after I experienced the incredible majesty of Mr. Ow the Worm, I also went to see Ready Yet, a dance show. And I know, again, who am I? So many dance shows, that's so unusual for me. I don't know what kind of dance it was, but it was all performed and choreographed by dancers who are just recently graduated, which was really cool. They're a group from Michigan. They're clearly very talented performers, and I had a lot of fun just watching them, reading the little information about the dancers and the dances they were performing. And that company still has another show tomorrow. So check the link below to get tickets. I just went and saw Before Breakfast, which is a Eugene O'Neill piece. The premise of this is that it is like a housewife and all of the things she's realizing before breakfast, hence the title. And it is a one-woman show, although her husband is off stage and like does make some sounds. They do have a person in this production playing that person, but I think that that's not necessarily necessary all the time. And a lot of time probably they don't have a person, they just have sound effects happening. But he never comes on stage, she just like talks to him where he is in the bedroom. It's just like her interacting with him, but just sort of chatting to him and at him about all the things that are going wrong in their lives. And it's a good piece, even if it's a little bit sad. And damn, is it really something to carry a whole 45-minute show on your own. I was very impressed. And it's also like a lot of quiet moments, which is always impressive too. And now I'm gonna head to my last show of the day. I have just seen my last show of the evening. I went to see Masha, a one-woman show. A little bit about the character Masha from Chekhov. A little bit about the character Masha from Chekhov, but mostly about Sammy Jo, the actress who portrays her. It's a little bit of a show about like white privilege and privilege in general, and a little bit over guilt about being a performer when the world is on fire. It asked a lot of questions and brought up a lot of things. Sammy Jo is a very talented performer. Also, I think I'd watch her dance. She did this little bit in the middle where she danced, and it was so pretty to watch. I liked her little soliloquies throughout the show, and I thought it was an interesting piece. There isn't another performance of that, so you can't see it, but I'm glad that I went. And that wraps up the shows that I have seen today. We're done with Midsummer, so tomorrow I just get to watch a bunch of stuff. So I will see you then.